Hey gang, let's try to demystify the BC Hydro grant system, energy efficiencies, low E coating, double pane, triple pane, U factor, NRCan. There's all this jargon that is associated with your windows and how they work. And do I get a grant? Do I not get a grant? Why is this grant available for that window, not for that window? Well, you'll hear most of the people in the industry talking about double glazing or triple glazing, when really I'm going to try to take some of the jargon out of this for you. We use those terminology, double glazing or triple glazing, just to simplify the situation. BC Hydro has two grants available, and I'm not going to talk about tiers, I'm going to talk about the dollar attached to them. That makes it easier to remember. There's a $50 grant level, and then there's a $100 grant level. This is per window. Those grants are available on anything between 1 window and 20 windows that are installed by a licensed BC contractor and meet a certain U factor. U factor is the energy efficiency of the window system itself, okay? The entirety of it, not just the glass, but the entire construction. So for the to qualify for the $50 per window rebate, you need to have a window that has a 1.4 to 1.22 U factor. The lower the U factor, the better it is. Okay, so $50 rebate, 1.4 to 1.22. $100 rebate, anything 1.22 and lower qualifies for the $100 rebate per window. Okay. Currently at Van Isle Windows, we offer a double pane system that is going to average around a 1.5, 1.57 U factor, and therefore does not qualify for the BC Hydro grant. There's a good reason for that, and I'm going to talk about that in a sec. So our current double pane system does not qualify for the BC Hydro grants. Our triple pane system is going to have an average U factor of around 1.07. So a significantly more energy efficient window and far surpasses the requirements for the $100 per window system. This window you see behind me is one of our triple glazed systems. This is being a picture non-opening window, would probably have a U factor of around 0.92 or 3 or something in that vicinity. So a very, very, very energy efficient window system. Why did we choose to have a double pane system that does not qualify for the $50 BC Hydro rebate? Well, it's very simple. In order to have a double glazed system that gets a U factor below 1.4, the only way to really achieve that is to apply what's called a low E coating. Low E coatings keep ultraviolet rays out of your home and help keep energy inside your home, okay? So to get to that 1.4 or lower number in a double pane system, we would have to apply a low E coating to this exposed glass surface on the inside of your home. Now, we could have done that. The glass manufacturer we use offers that product. We could have easily offered that system. There are some concerns with it, which are actually stated by Cardinal Glass right on their website, and I'll put a link in the comments here. But essentially, this exposed low E coating is subject to potential damage by cleaning. Personally, I think that risk is quite low. It is a very durable coating, but if you had pets or children and they were rough with it, or they were scratching at it, or there was a piece of grit underneath something you used to clean it, it is possible to scratch that coating. So that's a risk to you. The bigger risk is that coating on the inside surface of the glass actually keeps this glass surface colder, which is why it's able to get the energy efficiency number. So that's great. The downside is the colder this glass surface is, the more subject it is to have condensation accumulate on it. And it states that right in the Cardinal Glass website. I'll include a PDF and a link to that in the comments, that the condensation accumulation on glass with this coating, with that coating, is equivalent to a single pane non-low E coated system. And in our climate here, being in a temperate rainforest, condensation is one of the key things that people want to prevent happening in their homes with their windows. So as a manufacturer, we elected not to offer that. The cost increase per window would probably have been around the same amount as what you'd get back on the rebate. And yes, you would get a slightly more energy efficient window. However, you would be running the risk of having condensation on that glass. So currently Van Al Windows has, just to reiterate, we have a double pane system that runs about 1.5-ish, 1.57 low E coating, U factor. And then we have a triple pane system that runs about 1.07 U factor. So to go from a double pane to a triple pane system from Van Al Windows right now will give you about a 30% more efficient window system. And in many cases, the additional cost from the going to a triple pane is greatly offset, and in some cases more than offset, by the BC Hydro rebate. Personally, I've done many quotes for my clients where after the BC Hydro rebate was calculated in, which you will have to apply to on your own, we don't do that for you, the net outlay of cost by the homeowner was less to have triple pane than it was to have double pane. So that doesn't happen all the time. It depends on your window configuration, the size of your windows. But it's definitely worth exploring to get a 32% more efficient windows. This is an active street, as you can see. We got stuff going in the background. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense on the double pane, triple pane, BC Hydro grant system. If you have questions, reach out to me in the comments or send me a private message. Happy to answer them for you. Thanks.